AlanCoxShow.com. And watch live, do it there. Thank you so much to Jimmy Capmeadow, who's helping out in the video department. That name sounds downright common.
Jimmy Capmeadow?
Jimmy Capmeadow. Right?
I mean,
I guess once in a while, I'm so used to the people who assist us in the video department having strange names.
Mm-hmm.
I come around a corner, I wasn't expecting to run into Jimmy Capmeadow.
Well, there he is.
There he is.
Capmeadow.
Nevertheless, thanks. Cavaliers are off tonight. They lose last night in New York. And you know, the bummer of that is when you lose, you have to go out in New York. Anyway, 92-81 was the final there. Knicks over the Cavs. They will get a crack at LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers tomorrow night, 7:30, here at home. So 7 o'clock is when that pregame will begin. They'll play Sacramento Kings on Friday night here at home as well. Still plenty of basketball to be played with your Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 15-9. No slouch. They're third in the East. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So hashtag let them know that you're out there supporting them. We have so many good players. I forget that we have guys that were on other teams recently. I forgot that we have Karis LeVert.
Yep. Sure do.
If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, when it works, and you do it from out of state, tell me where. I'd like to know where people are. I heard from Emily, who listens in the lovely town of Kalamazoo, Michigan, my former home. I heard from Ken, who lives in Vincennes, Indiana. Mark's in Cape Coral, Florida. Paul's in Ogden, Utah. And Brandon and Alex are bureau chiefs in a town called Davenport, Florida. And you can forget about the cocaine bear because Davenport, Florida is being terrorized by an avocado bear.
Oh, boy.
Now, I don't know if it has a similar effect. You've seen the trailer for this movie Cocaine Bear that's coming out. And they're turning it into like this just bananas wild comedy. I think Elizabeth Banks directed it. But it's based on a true story. An airplane that was trafficking drugs spilled an entire, like lots and lots and lots of bricks of coke in like the forest. I don't know if it's in the Pacific Northwest or where it was, and a bear got to it and ate it. So they've turned that story into a coked up bear just ripping its way through the forest, and it's got an all-star cast, and it looks like it will probably deserve an Oscar. And so now all these articles are being written about what would happen if a bear actually did have all that cocaine. And I don't care about that. I want to know what's going on with the avocado bear. Because in our surveillance culture, nothing goes unrecorded unless it's Mary Santora tripping and falling from a puddle in downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, then there's a total media blackout.
Then nothing.
Unreal.
We haven't heard anything from anybody. Hey, we might have that for you. Nothing. But the avocado bear in Davenport, Florida, is running around eating everybody's avocados. I don't know what that does. It probably makes their coat super shiny, right?
Yeah,
Got all those
fats. They
healthy
like salmon.
fats. Oh, all those good oils. A lot of neighborhood trees down Davenport, Florida way.
Probably not taking the peel off, though. Probably going to get
what about
messed
the little...
up by the pit.
Yeah.
Eating them whole.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to get lodged, in a bear's throat?
They got powerful jaws.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right, but still.
Well, I hope it doesn't do anything to the avocado.
I remember one time.
What?
I remember one time my friend's wife she'd never cut an avocado before, and she was just trying to chop through the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what are you
She didn't know there was a stone in it?
Well, she knew that, but she's like, she was just cutting it like you would an onion.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing?
Well, we don't know.
What are you doing?
I put myself in that category because my friends did that to me one time. We were in high school, and our one friend had an exchange student staying with her. I don't remember exactly which country she was from. but she was Latina.
Mm-hmm.
And she was making homemade guac. She was like teaching us how to make guac. And I was a hillbilly. My friends knew it. So they handed me an avocado and they were like, he, Mary, cut this open. I had never seen an avocado. And I did the exact same thing where I just tried to like slice it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very mean thing that they did to me. It made me feel very bad about myself. But the guac was really good.
Wait, that was their idea of a prank, is to give
Yes,
you...
because they knew I didn't know how to open it. And then they like made fun of me.
But then
for...
it ruins the avocado.
Not really.
I feel like
You're going to mash it
it's-
anyway for the
Yeah,
guac.
we're
Yeah, but it's gonna be like a
Putting it in
pain in
a
the butt
blender.
to like get all the skin off of it and stuff.
Yeah, well.
But also, haven't you gone all bougie now in your own family with the charcuterie boards, and you're giving them Slim Jims and cheddar cheese?
But I didn't play a prank on them. Like, look how
Didn't
stupid
you?
you are.
Didn't you?
No, how could I?
I think it's a very low-key prank.
It's not a prank. Introducing them to cheese that is not pepper jack or Colby jack.
Slices of American.
Right.
Well, Poundcake's the guac slut. I hope this doesn't affect his life at all.
I haven't had
He's the one who loves it.
I do love it. I just haven't had it in a minute.
Guac slut.
Why not?
I just kind of left it out when I went grocery shopping, and there's certain things I'm just like cutting out now. I still love it. I had it at taco night, but I don't actively buy it because I eat it in excess. So I don't necessarily need
Eat it in what?
excess.
He said access.
He did, and then he comes back and says that I can't figure you out. Trying to figure you out.
I know. I'm
You
sorry.
can't put him in. It's not your fault.
I'm sorry.
Can't put him in a box.
Boo.
I can't.
Maybe I'm not meant to be in a box.
Clearly not. You're an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Yeah, no, I still enjoy, I still love it, but I'm trying to minimize.
You're like if
He's-
Herschel Walker and Neil deGrasse Tyson had a kid.
You mean Christian Walker's not enough?
Well, maybe him too. I don't know anything about him.
He's biracial, gay, and very sassy.
He's a big MAGA kid too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know he'd get some good military men, I'm sure. He's rich too.
Is he?
I mean,
Not from his dad.
Ooh, I don't know what his mom does. I'd never seen his mom.
Oh, okay. His dad ain't kicking out any cash to any of these dudes. They can't find somebody that Herschel Walker hasn't knocked up. They're having a hard enough time.
well, at
They're
least
like, yeah, 5 more women. I'm like, wow, this guy was pulling tail. This guy just banged every person he met
he was an athlete.
and left it in. Oh, okay, but this doesn't sound like it was in his heyday. It sounds like that it was in his heyday. Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't his heyday relatively short?
No.
Or was he in football for a long time?
He was a really big name in football for
I know that.
like as a running back. I think
I just thought
7 or 8 years, which is
Okay.
pretty good.
Well, anyway, yeah, they all let him leave it in.
Well, at least Christian made it out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. He wasn't aborted. His mom was like, I'll hang on to this one.
Allegedly.
Mm.
We don't know. These are just accusations and speculation.
I understand.
Isn't that tomorrow, though? Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, is the Georgia runoff tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think Warnock's going to win.
I think Herschel's going to win.
I mean, if you're a Republican, you're going to vote for Herschel Walker, not because you think he is good, but that you're just going to vote for him because he's the. But
I want
Oh, he
Herschel to
played.
win.
you want Herschel Walker to win
Yes, because he's.
because you don't live in Georgia. That's
don't-
why. If you lived in Georgia in his district, you very much would not want him to win.
Why would I care if I've lived in Georgia?
Because those affect people's lives.
I understand
I know
that, but-
everybody's on this big thing that like government doesn't affect people's lives, but it very much does.
It very much doesn't.
The people you elect to office matter.
But what I'm saying is,
The
I
guy's
feel
like, when our good air comes over the bad air.
I feel
You
like
want that guy representing your district?
I lived in. I mean, this district is Democratic, but like Republican is most Ohio. Like, so it really doesn't affect me much. I feel like having a Democratic senator, congressman, whatever in Georgia is relatively new. Democratic senator or congressman is relatively new. What they're used to is Republicans. Okay, whatever. Right.
Yeah, you didn't vote. You don't have a dog in this fight.
He played 12 seasons, so he had a
Oh, okay.
pretty
Well, that's a
long
good career then. In football, that's a
Yeah,
really good career.
especially as a running back. That's a pretty long career.
Yeah. So, anyway, the Thank you, the Davenport.
Now, his last season, he only ran for 20 yards, but, you know.
His last whole season, he ran for 20 yards? Would he play half a game?
Yeah, he didn't really play that much that year.
20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Because he's been out of it for quite some time.
Yeah, that was in 97.
Right. But again, that's the only reason that he's running is because, like, these guys desperately miss the spotlight. They go, oh, and I don't have to tell you, he's not bright. So it's like, you know, I don't know what the hell else he's going to do. But when somebody comes to him and goes, we want you to run for Senate, this guy goes, yes. Oh, my God, yes, I will. I'll give speeches, and there'll be all these people who will, I'll just be awash in adulation again. Yes, I just miss that spotlight. Because I would imagine, boy, you're a professional athlete, and then you know that's going to end, and you're always trying to chase. It's like a high. You're always trying to chase that high of that adulation and just that fame. So he's like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. Don't worry. We'll get the infrastructure behind you. And then he just says increasingly insane things. And they go, he's our guy. Really? Because he's our guy.
That's the one.
He's our guy. These guys are like chowing Tums. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
Hey, the whole thing I read an article the other day that even if Herschel Walker wins, he's more or less has to concede because he doesn't really live in Georgia.
Yeah, he said he lives in Texas.
Yeah, his income taxes and his housing is more or less Texas, so he's not even a resident of Georgia.
So it's just because he went to University of Georgia?
No, it's because he filed his taxes and everything is all in Texas. He's not really technically a resident of Georgia.
Well, no, but
what know that? Though?
No, they do. But what I'm saying is they go, well, he's from here, and a lot of places that's all people need to hear. He's from here. He played college football because he played for University of Georgia, I think. So, I mean, I guess they're saying that's the connection, but if he doesn't live there.
Yeah, but you got to be a resident. You got to live there to
I know.
live in the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they already say that they're going to file, Warnock's, what do they call, cabinet is already going to file against it. So he's probably going to have to drop out.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have to worry about it.
Which they already said, well, I don't either, but I think they already said that it was too late to get him off the ballot because the way it already happened when they found out.
But wasn't that the same with Dr. Oz? Like he doesn't live in Pennsylvania. What the hell's going on?
Well, but the thing of it is, he was got under the deadline, and he technically has a residence in.
So he just put his Pennsylvania house address.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these guys.
He got under the wire when he filed for his paperwork to get, when he ran. Yeah. He put his Pennsylvania residence, so he was technically a resident of Pennsylvania.
Right. All right. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate the info there. See, Poundcake likes Christian Walker because he kind of looks like him.
That's not why I like him.
Yes, it can't hurt.
He's a TikTok star. I think he's funny because I have no opinion about him.
You have no opinion about his looks? This would be the first person in history that you like just because they're funny and not because they're hot.
Yeah, because he's very femmy. Like, I don't like necessarily his looks. He's just very over the top. I don't think I look like him that much.
Huh, okay.
Plus, he has a black dad and I have a white dad. So
how could he identify?
But doesn't he have a white mom?
Yes, but...
So it's the same thing.
Nah, it's different shades of biracial.
Yes, but if you're making the point that he has one white parent, so do you.
I know, but it looks different. It comes out different in the genes.
Does he think that you have a different color if your mom or dad is white?
You do.
How? There are variations. I'm not a geneticist, but I'm sure there are variations, yes, among all biracial people. But I don't think it's contingent on which parent is which color.
I think so. I think the dad's genes are dominant.
So walk me through this. Mm-hmm. Since your dad was white, that would make you lighter or darker than if you're...
I look lighter.
But isn't Ryan darker?
No, he has darker... His features are darker, but his skin is not darker.
Yeah, you and your brother, you have the same skin tone?
We have the same skin tone, but his hair is black. He has my mom's hair. He has like black, thick hair. I have my dad's hair.
So that means it just depends?
No, his skin tone is still my color. We look the same as far as skin tone, but hair is different. Meghan Markle, she has a black mom and a white dad. She looks like my complexion. Herschel Walker, he has a black dad and a white mom.
Right. I think
Zendaya,
I would need a geneticist to tell me if you're full of crap. I think obviously there are just variations among biracial people, but I don't think it
the hardest
is because
Steph Curry's got a white or a black dad and a white mom, and he's very light skinned.
You can. I'm not saying he's not very light skinned, but the skin tone looks different. The shade is just it looks different. I can just
not
tell.
that's not just a natural variation among biracial people.
What do you mean a natural variation?
Well, not everybody is going to come out the same color,
Exact
but I don't
color.
know that that's got to do with which parent
is which,
color.
I think the dad's genes are dominant. So I feel like if
Well,
your dad
maybe
is
he's
whiter,
onto something because like
He
you're.
could be. I don't.
Well,
I'm
only saying because like they say that you get your like hair from your mom's side, like if you bald or you have thin hair or whatever. So maybe
it's your mom's dad's side. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is maybe it's like also the same thing with skin tone. I don't know. That it's comes from one or the other.
Logic the rapper has a black dad.
He's pretty white.
Yeah, a dude looks like Jonah Hill.
He might have a biracial dad. That's different.
Oh boy.
But I'm saying because
Okay,
he's only a
all
quarter
right.
black.
All right.
The hardest time I've ever had to like the only time I haven't been able to like decipher who's who is when you have two biracial parents. If you have two biracial parents and
Then it's all gone to hell.
it's hard to
You'll never
decide.
know.
But like there was a guy that used to work at the old cafe, and I'm like, "You're biracial, aren't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Your dad black, isn't he?" He said, "Yeah, he is." And I was like, "Your mom's white?" He said, "Yeah." And I could just tell the features look different. It's a different shade of biracial. We're not all the same.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
You're not all the same. I just don't think it has to do with which color which parent is.
I think it is. I think it does.
All right.
But Herschel Walker's funny. Yeah, he's funny.
You mean his kid?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Herschel Walker is hilarious, but you're talking about his kid.
Yeah, he's just over the top dramatic. He's a queen and he's a MAGA queen, and I haven't seen that before, so I find him fascinating.
Sure.
MAGA queen.
Yeah, vote against your own interests. Why not?
Well, he's rich, so he's really not voting against his own interests. He could do whatever he wants.
No, he's not. Well, is he TikTok rich? Or is he rich because of his dad?
Probably both.
There is no both. Is he rich or did he get money from his dad?
I don't know his bank account. But
You
he's-
know
he's-
everything
You know
else about him.
everybody's bank
Who
account.
else am I going to ask?
I don't know.
You said he's rich.
If he comes from a rich parent, I associate that he probably has a trust fund somewhere.
You know, not all rich people are
Yes, they do.
establishing trust funds for their kids,
Yes, they do.
right?
They absolutely do.
Devotion to accuracy. I was told that Steph Curry's both his parents are black, but his mom's just very light skinned.
Skinted.
Light-skinted.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeremiah had a field day with that one. He said, "Are you pronouncing it correctly? Is it a poundcakeism?" I said, "No, I'm not taking responsibility for that one."
I ran into Jeremiah and I brought up some of the stuff that you talked about on your podcast, and he's like, "Man, that is so far from how I told those stories." I'm like, "Well, he doesn't even listen to his show."
Yeah, he's put a
Like,
little zhuzh on it.
Yeah, he
About the icy cool.
yeah, Poundcake likes to, because I didn't know it had to do with him being a wrestler.
He didn't. I don't remember him telling me that.
Because you don't listen to people you're interviewing.
He's waiting for his turn to talk.
Yeah, what do you do when you're interviewing people?
Listening.
Clearly not.
I don't remember that it came from wrestling, but it's probably right there. In
He
the
said he
podcast.
was he used it for wrestling and he used it for his DJ name.
Yeah, I don't remember him
I didn't know
discussing
you got
the origin
nicknames
of
in
it.
wrestling.
No, you give them to yourself. They don't give them to
Jeremiah.
you. Yes.
Hey, you can call me Jay.
You think somebody looked at him and said, you look like Ice Cool J or whatever
Icy
it was.
Cool.
Icy
I
Cool.
see, cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna start.
Any contestants out there?
I'm gonna do some flashcards one of these days of Poundcake of biracial celebrities, and he's gonna pick which parent's white
You should.
or
We
which
should do
parent's
that.
black.
Okay. Everyone else does the taste test because they think they know what order the ingredients go. I could probably do the. I've been biracial my whole life. I think I can tell.
Are you sure you've been it your whole life?
I've been biracial my whole life. I think I can probably tell.
When a baby inherits skin-colored genes from both biological parents, a mixture of different genes will determine their skin color. Since a baby inherits half its genes from each biological parent, its physical appearance will be a mix of both. That's Ron and Willoughby, who sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Is he biracial?
We don't know.
No, he is not.
He's very white.
Okay. We are going to hopefully give away some Metallica tickets.
Well, there's a person with a cane.
That's fine. He's going to use it as a
As his
guitar.
guitar.
Yes.
Oh, he's
Am I going out there right now?
I'm
or do I wait
nervous. I'm getting.
for the break?
I'm only nervous because like I've never shown you guys this side of me,
Your metal side
and I
to
need
play
you
Mare
to
guitar.
accept it.
We fully accept it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is my idea to do Mare guitar. I
My-
fully believe in you.
I know. I
Yes.
just want to make sure that you guys are prepared because you will see me differently after this.
We will see you getting our minds blown by
Our
the.
opinion of you couldn't get lower.
So then we're in the clear.
The only way to go is up. All right, let's take a break. We'll see who's at our window, and we'll play some Mare guitar for these Metallica tickets. They're going to play next November at Ford Field in Detroit. Poundcake will be out there to be your